side. But instead of grabbing the toes this time, you're gonna get a deep underhook. Make sure your face is on their hip. We'll go from there.
So it's just like we were doing before, the first half. If we go knee bump, that doesn't work, and then we dive underneath. Same thing, right? And we're in lockdown. If that doesn't work, I grab his toes, and maybe I'm having a hard time, or if I'm not underneath them. This is how we adjust. We can come underneath them. But there's just some adjustments that we make. Right, so we're starting with double unders, right? I have my lockdown. I'm using him to whip up and off to the side. Now, say the toes doesn't work. Maybe this nonsense isn't going through, right? But I can dive underneath, and I have to use my lockdown to help me as I do this, right? So as I'm doing this, I come underneath here. I'm going deep. And just like I was saying last time, I gotta go underneath him. If I'm gonna try to do electric chair from out here, that will smash me into oblivion. I will never get underneath him. So I gotta really dive underneath, just like we were doing last time. My head is in his pocket. I want to see what's in his pocket. Why do you have so much carbon here? That's weird. Now I'm coming underneath him, but do you see what I'm doing with my leg? At the same time, I'm kicking out as I come underneath. Now he starts to break. Dang, Dennis is good, right? So I want to use this hand to make sure that I have control of his leg. You see my lockdown is still engaged as I do this. And from here, I can sub him. If he's not flexible enough, I can basically kick my legs out and start to stretch him, like kind of like come into him as I kick lockdown. But, you know, people who are really flexible, you might not be able to finish this, right? So that's what we're going to do. You ready? I'm going to take this, turn my hand over when I put my elbow. Ready? So I go here. You see how he starts to break his posture a little bit? I still hold my lockdown. I don't know if you're supposed to keep lockdown over. I always do.
Absolutely right here.
Especially here, because I feel like if I let go, he's just going to stanky legs leg out. So I'm going to keep this here until I'm in this position. Now look, I got his leg right here on my shoulder. I can go from here to here. I have good control. I'm sure my on the side.
So, guys going live, if they have any flexibility, you're gonna need to belly down. I'll show you. So, and by the way, what you just saw is where people get hurt. How I was up on my hands, is trying to stay there when it gets tight. If it's not hurting you, you're okay. You feel any pressure underneath, just go to your back. Get swept. Is the person on top? So we're starting lockdown, right?
Outside leg comes here. Going underneath to get control. I don't forget who taught me this analogy, but this is like it's like a Swiss Army knife. Like he doesn't think there's shit here, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna hit him with the scissors. You're like, oh shit, it's got nail files too. Oh shit, it's got a long serrated knife. Nice. So we're here. Push him up. I come underneath. My head's nice and tight to his pocket. I cannot grab his toes. He does not let me get it. That's cool. It's a gravy. I'm gonna come underneath. And I'm stretching him.
Light bulbs right here. Let him twist. He wants it on his shoulder. If it's like Corey said earlier, if I'm on his bicep and he tries to lift that, go ahead, Corey. Like it's just not gonna happen, and not because I'm so diesel. But if he's got it near his shoulder and he turns it over like almost like a limp arm but aggressive, go ahead.
So this way it keeps it on my shoulder.
Yep.
I start to go through.
And now, if I'm on my hands and he gets up on his elbow and he starts to stretch and turn his belly towards the ground, stretches me out, that's where the tap is. Now, if I feel pressure on my knee or my groin, I either tap or watch. If I don't like what's happening, go ahead and stretch, Corey. I don't like what's happening, I go to my back. Pressure's off. Pressure's off. Now Corey comes up and he finishes the pass by grabbing my head.
And the knee is close too. I don't want to give him any room when I do this. I wanted to make sure I talk about that.
Sorry, Corey.
When I'm like here, I'm not out here. I'm using his knee like I'm on the phone. I'm keeping it nice and tight because it gives him less room. Then that's when I can come through. He goes to his back. I'm keeping this as I come on top. Just windshield wiper. Inside. Okay?
I'm good.
It's our 1-2 punch, just like we were doing earlier with half guard. This is just a way that we can dive underneath and sub them from here.
So, like Corey said, the 1-2 punch, what happens is I whip him up, I go for the toes, and he moves his toes away. So now I hook, and I'm in here nice and deep. Now I whip him up. As I bring him down this way, I gotta I don't want him on my bicep. Like Corey said, keep your ear glued to their leg, keep your shoulder underneath. Now look, this hand turns over. strength. Not this. This ain't it. Here. And by the way, this arm can help you. I don't know if you guys saw Corey doing it, but this arm can push